Alright, it's Loki versus Zeus on Alfhiem. First off, I go and use the hunt, obviously. It's the faster gather rate between chickens and berries. I prefer to build my house right away if I have a hunt start, just because you won't have to worry about forgetting it, and your house won't be in a random spot somewhere in the middle of the map where the Zeus player can destroy it later on in the game. Also, I put it right in front of the gold mine. That way, if he does some early pressure, I'll have some defense to slow him down. I started with four to food, and then I go to 2 on gold. Just scouting the map right now, trying to find my second hunt. See the way I pulled my ox cart as close to the villagers as possible to minimize the walking distance. Therefore, the gather rate will be a little bit faster. Well, the gather rate's not going to be faster, but they'll have less walking distance. Therefore, more efficient. What you saw there was just using the ox cart as a meat shield, so that my villagers don't take any damage from the auroch. But you have to make sure you don't lose the ox cart, as that's the important thing. I'm making my temple at the back of my base because he hasn't used his bolt yet, and I'm just doing it right by the town. That way, if he comes by with his scout, I can just pop the Ulf into the town center. As you see, I've got forward gold and forward wood, so I really have to press the offense to him. Otherwise, I'll have no areas to gather wood from. Building the second house, protecting the most important tower, which is the gold tower. If you lose that tower, you will lose the game a lot of the time. That wall there is just to slow him down if he's trying to run through that way to kill my hunt. Oh, there's a villager there. I'm clicking the villagers to see which is the weak one. I haven't actually advanced yet, so it's kind of stupid for me to be attacking, but whatever. I thought he was gathering wood because I saw a fallen tree, but turns out he must have just accidentally hit it. The idea, once you hit Classic as Loki, get that 10 favor and 300 wood as quickly as you can, and get the Hall of Thanes upgrade. Because once you get Hall of Thanes, you can really dictate play with the ridiculously fast Tertiary. Right here, I think he made a wall but didn't make a gate, so his villagers actually had to go back around instead. Kind of a big mistake there. He just lost another 2 villagers there. That's going to really set him back economically. Ceasefire. During ceasefire, I'm just walling him in. That way minimizes the amount of pressure he can actually do to me if he does decide to try and raid me. But looks like he's already walled himself in, so I don't think he's planning on going out too much. He has some pretty good hunt actually on either side of him. What I just did there is a base block. Stops his villagers from being able to to move in those directions. And if he's not paying attention, which he wasn't, he loses them. Getting those upgrades a little bit late, but I like to focus on getting Hall of Thanes before I do the mining upgrade, because that's 120 wood and 50 food. The idea is not to lose any hearse here, because you can go and heal them, but of course losses are going to happen, it's unavoidable. Most times I would not recommend doing the forward build versus a Zeus player, just because their units are very strong and also extremely good at taking down buildings. But because I applied such good pressure and I managed to pick off some villagers, I was more confident that I'd be able to get away with that. I just got shaft mine right there. Missed that. The idea when you're raiding is just pick off some units and villagers, but don't lose any men while you do it. Or if you do lose men, at least make sure you're taking out more of his. So that's a positive trade. I'm just walling that extra spot there so he can't sneak out. I'm using the Valkyrie to try taking some fire, but he's doing a pretty good job of not falling for it, and I accidentally sent the Valkyrie too far. Keep the troll away from Odysseus' fire, otherwise they can die pretty quick. Never engage an army if you don't think you'll win the battle. It's just a waste of your men, unless you're trying to free up population for another attack. Just getting the troll upgrade because they're actually a very powerful unit. I keep picking off more of his men than he gets of mine. I'm just getting the farming upgrade there because I've now started farming. I'm going heroic a little bit slower than normal, but it's all right because I did a lot of damage to him in classic. If I can't apply much damage, whether it be from killing villagers or to his men, then I'll just focus on getting heroic as soon as possible, grabbing the town centers and getting that battle boars and other shit. Most people would probably cast flaming weapons right there, but I prefer to only use my god power if I need it, which I don't there. So it gives him less hope if I've just defeated him and I still have that strong flaming weapons. Alright, he's throwing up the GG.